It's video time, baby. Welcome back. We're back. I wanted to make a video, so we made a video. Come on, let's go. Right now, it is about to be spring break, and I'm gonna go back home in a little bit. I think it's funny because like when I say like, oh, I'm going back home, like people are like, oh, that's so cool. Like you right by the party, you know, because like they like it'll be like people from other places, and they're talking about how back home for me is South Florida. So it's like, oh, I could just go to Miami Beach. Miami Beach would not be the beach of choice to go to anyway, just in general, even if it wasn't spring break. But also like, bro, though they're serious this year. They said we're breaking up with you guys.
Maybe we can talk when you're done with your spring break phase, but until then.
What am I really talking about right now? I actually got notes. Like this is crazy. I got notes. This spring break, what are my plans? I want to see my family. I really want to like, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen my family, my parents. So I want to see them. I want to see my friend, my bestie, when I get back home. Let me put this pillow behind me for some back support. I don't want to lean on the, but I'm kind of leaning on it a little bit. This semester I only got like one in-person class. It's like a production class, basically. He talks about like being a producer. The professor talked about being a producer. He's an older guy, and he's always talking about like, go on a road trip with your friends. Go live life. Go kiss someone you don't know. That's what he says. It's like things like that where it's like, how you gonna kiss someone you don't know? Well, it could happen. I really enjoyed his class because I feel like it's the type of things that, as a film major, I think it's the type of things that like people need to hear in a sense, you know. I feel like sometimes for especially like creative majors, we get so into whatever that medium is, whether it's like studio art, whether it's film, music, I don't know, whatever. I feel like we get so like deep into that thing that you forget, oh wait, there's like a life outside of this stuff to live. And that's where you're gonna get your inspiration, and that's what's gonna inform your art. And I guess, I mean, to a different degree, I guess you can also say it with maybe like, you know, like computer science, like any major where it's like computer science, I don't know, other majors where it's like you get so into your work and your studies and like all this that you forget like, oh wait, you need to like make, you know, memories and have a life outside of this stuff. I just know that for creative, that's really important because that's the stuff that informs what you make. I know it's definitely has for me. Oh God. In fall semester, I was so like just down creatively, and I felt bad because I was like, oh, like fall semester, like I can get a short film started, and like, you know, film something, all that. And then I didn't, obviously. I put out When I Am Heroics, but that was something that I had filmed in like January 2023, and then I just ended up putting it out in October, but that was like a whole like thing. I just remembered something, so I'm gonna write it down. But then I realized, okay, like even though in a sense like I wasn't like on my grind or like whatever, there were a lot of experiences in fall semester where it's just like I was just living life. I was going to parties. I was like kissing someone I don't know. There were a lot of different things that were going on where it's like, okay, this is going to inform the art that I create in the future. And these are going to be like the stories that I tell, you know? And I think that's really cool. I feel like in the moment I felt like I was like wasting time, especially because I want to do as much as I can while I'm still in college. I don't know, college. In the moment it felt like, am I wasting time? Like I just can't push myself to do anything. And motivation is still a very hard thing right now. I'm trying to find motivation to do a lot of, wow, that sounds bad. In the sense that it's really cool. I'm always writing stuff down in my notes app. I'm realizing these videos are just like things that I already talk about with my friends, but now I'm just capturing myself talking about it so then I can just have it to go back to one day. But also I really like editing to music and everything. I like riding my bike. Riding my bike is very fun. I like that sort of control where it's like I can just speed past everybody. When I'm like on campus and things like that. Raise your hand if you've almost gotten killed by me riding my bike next to you. I was scared too. I'm sorry. I try not to, I promise. I try not to. This is a big campus, and I can get from point A to B in 8 minutes instead of 20 or like something like that, you know? It gives me like some like daily exercise, some daily cardio, and like I see that like, okay, like it does your body good. Like now, like when I'm going upstairs and I'm not like huffing and puffing. Wow, we did it, guys. But that was a side note. Back to the other thing. Recently, I've been getting 1 a.m. heroics into some festivals.
You're trying to see in the dark.
We're about to go to Tally. I'm gonna see my friend in a musical that he's in, and it's gonna be really cool. And then tomorrow is a film festival. It's the South Georgia Film Festival at Valdosta State University in Georgia. So we're gonna drive from FSU to there. It's about like an hour and a half. It's for the same thing. It's for 1 a.m. heroics. I'm excited because I don't really know what the vibe is gonna be. It's gonna be cool. I want to see what the vibe in Georgia is, you know? Basically, we've been in like 3-ish right now. It was the Divergent Film Festival, and that was really cool. It was a Sunday. That was the first time I was actually seeing my work on like a theater screen, which was like crazy. Like really cool. It was really, really cool. And then literally like the same day, it was at Love Your Shorts in Sanford, Florida.
Hi, my name is Henry Severe. I'm the writer-director of 1 a.m. heroics.
Really cool. A lot of nice people there. I went with my sister. I went with my friend Jaya. It was just a good time. It was just a fun time. Good time. It was a very rainy day. It was a very mucky day. And then it got into one that was out of state. That was the South Georgia Film Festival. Yeah. Official press tour. Stop in Georgia. The organizers were so nice. Basically, it was me and my sister. We get there, we're checking in, and then the lady at the check-in thing is like, oh, like, which one did you make? And I was like, 1 a.m. heroics. Because I still feel like shy about saying like, it's just so silly. I don't know. I feel like shy about like saying the name. But then I was like, 1 a.m. heroics. And then she was like, oh my gosh, I really like that one. And at first I thought she was just gassing me. Like I thought it was just like, oh, like, you know, you're just saying that because I'm right here right now and like you're checking me in and all that. And then she was like, oh, like that ending was crazy. Like you gotta, and she was like bringing up like specific plot points and I was like, I say plot points like this is like an hour and a half movie. It's a 5-minute, whatever. She was bringing up like specific plot points and I was like, oh, you're not joking. Like you actually like really messed with it. Like I was like, oh. Like that felt really nice. This guy, Nick, cool dude, he like interviewed me there and it was really dope. We were just like, we were going nerd for nerd. It was really fun. We were talking about comics and like D&D and stuff. I've never played D&D. That's one of my goals this year. It would be nice to like actually like play a campaign. I keep looking at it. They gave like a poster and I was like, that's so dope. So now I have it next to my Dorm B&B one. The curation for the South Georgia Film Festival was so good. That was another thing. This curation was amazing. Like the different shorts that they put together. Great work. Y'all did that. When we were up there, I saw my friend. He was in a play at FAMU. He killed it. He did that. He is an amazing dancer. He is an excellent creative. His mind is crazy. His mind is crazy. Like they're not doing it like him. No one's doing it. And speaking of creative music, I've been thinking a lot about album covers lately. My favorite albums also are my favorite album covers because, you know, they're already my favorite albums and everything. I feel like there's a lot of really cool album covers, and I specifically wanted to talk about
Give me a second. Give me a minute.
this one. I can't not gush about SZA. I was like, I'm sorry, the music's too good. Did she lie about owning a flat screen TV or what? Yeah. I think the SOS cover is so cool. It's sort of like a homage to the Princess Diana photo, right? And that was obviously, you know, that was done on purpose. That original photo was taken like 6 days before Princess Diana's death. The photographer of the album cover is Daniel Schoenwald, and the lead art director was Tom Schneider. And what I think is cool about the cover, or just like the photograph in general, is that it's like it's art. It takes this original idea, but then sort of like pays homage to it, but then also morphs it to the ideas and the themes of the entire album, because it encapsulates what the album is about so well. I'm gonna be my art critic back. I'm not an art critic. I'm really like, I'm not like a you know, but I'm gonna try. this photograph of Princess Diana, which in that original photograph, she looks so alone and isolated, and that was the point of it. But now it morphs it into this thing for this piece of art, for this album, where now it's about like feeling lonely, but nevertheless feeling free in that loneliness. It's the way that she's like alone in this big sea, but then the light of the sun is coming to her, and she, instead of doing the same pose that Princess Diana did, she's kind of like looking up, like in like this hopeful way, where it's kind of like this breeze is coming in. I'm sure there's something that can also be said about that she's looking left instead of right, where it could be like, oh, she's looking back at maybe like the progress that she's made in her relationships. Looking back can usually be seen as sad and like you're looking back at the better days or whatever, but maybe it could be like looking back with hope for what's to come next, or maybe something like that. I don't know. Also, the jersey is just hard. Just a hard jersey. She's like repping where she comes from and everything. I think that's really cool. It's so simple, but it gets the point across so well and encapsulates what the whole album is about just so well. When I get signed, homie, I'm at Echo Full. Hit the dance club, strobe lights in the room. I think the To Pimp a Butterfly cover is so cool. When covers are just exactly like what that album is, it just works. Like, it just works, and that's so cool. Channel Orange, that's another very simple one, but it's like that cover's gone triple platinum or whatever. Channel Orange, Igor, like those covers that are just like on a poster in like every teen's bedroom in like 2010s. Like, it's just like, you know, iconic. Maybe one day I'll make a longer thing talking about album covers and how cool they are. There's like a Small Bites video about that. I really like that YouTuber Small Bites. I'm pretty package for Music Bites. And he talks about music and stuff. I really like his stuff. Let me go. Whoa. Hey, boy, you know you need to come give me this. I got homework to do. That's due at 11:59 tonight. It's 12:07. It's like a 2 to 3 page paper. Like, I know I could do it. And it's like about like YouTube. Like, it's like a platform analysis about YouTube and taking a YouTube video and then analyzing the comments on it and stuff like that. Which, like, bro. But I should probably start working on that after this, though. Yeah. I went to Olivia Rodrigo concert. That was dope. It really made me realize, oh, I'm a 20-year-old man. Wow. Damn. Oh my gosh. The day of I was helping my friend get some tickets for it, and we were like camped out outside the Kia Center. And that was fun. Maggie. What are we doing?
People. We're going to the Kia Center box office in hopes that I get tickets to see Olivia Rodrigo.
Haven't heard from you in a couple of months, but I'm out right now and I'm all picked up.
I'm thinking we might have to pretend to be Olivia's team because there's no other option left. Olivia, if you see this, please hire us. I need a job. I graduate in 2 months. We have 4 minutes until the box office opens. I am so tired and I need another coffee. The people are standing up, so we're still feeling hopeful. Should we be? I don't know, but...
Was it fun? Actually, yes, it was fun. We were very tired. It was like early in the morning and everything. And again, these are the good stories. Like, when y'all see that I make like a short film about 2 people camping out like in front of a arena to get like tickets or something like that, don't be shocked. Do not be shocked. Megan's about to go on tour. I will be there. Trust and believe. She's coming 2 days in Florida. Oh, watch me. Honestly, I think the only artist I still would love to see live, Megan, Kendrick, Victoria Monet. Yeah, anyway, so I watched all 50 Shades movies. I was like talking with my friend. Somehow it came up, like the 50 Shades movie just came up, and we were like joking about, I don't know, maybe we were talking about like books and like fan fiction tropes and stuff. I don't know. I was like, hey, I never watched those movies. I'm gonna go watch those movies. Here's the thing, right? Did I enjoy them? Honestly, sometimes they were like fun to watch, actually. Sometimes they were fun to watch. Like, but like, I don't know how to say it. The main thing it really made me think about is how do you interact with media, or how do you interact with not just media. I don't know. Media is just I feel like media is just like a not great word for talking about art sometimes. To a lesser extent than how I feel about the word content, because I hate the word content. We've talked about it. I'm sure I've talked about it before. I hate the word content. It just lumps everything together. The streaming service has so much content. You're putting The Godfather next to like, I don't know, CBS Tonight or whatever. As like, is that even a show?
Ooh, are you guys watching The Godfather?
The Godfather.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, you've never seen The Godfather?
It just like makes everything sound so like cold and corporate. With the 50 Shades movies, it made me think like, how do you interact with art that is not particularly made for your demographic? Honestly, I got tired of sex scenes very quick. And I'm not like one of those people like the whole like Gen Z like sex scene discourse or whatever, where it's like they're all unnecessary and because like that's not true. That's just not true. They're all unnecessary. That's not true. But then in the last one, spoilers for this movie that's like, I don't know, like 6 years old now. Anastasia, she gets pregnant, and then Christian's all mad about it, and then she's like. And then she's like, well, yeah, that's kind of what happens when we're doing this all the time. Yeah. And then he says like the funniest line. He's like,
I have plans for us. I wanted to give you the world, not diapers and vomit and shit.
He's basically like possessive, and he really doesn't want to share her with a baby. Crazy. Years and years ago, Brie Larson was getting this award, and she was talking about how there needs to be like more diversity within critics, and heavily paraphrasing, but I believe it was when A Wrinkle in Time came out, so this is like 2018, 2019. She basically like, I don't care what this old white man thinks about A Wrinkle in Time, which is like for like little like black girls to be watching, or like something like that. Heavily paraphrasing, but I agree.
Our industry has gone through a major growth. We are expanding to make films that better reflect the people that buy movie tickets, but they are not allowed enough chances to read public discourse on these films by the people that these films were made for. I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what that film meant to women of color.
Yeah, I agree, because like there needs to be more diversity in the voices that talk about these things, especially when it's art that's specifically made for a certain group. I want to hear about what that specific group that it was made for thinks about it. So now when I'm watching 50 Shades, I'm imagining like this being taken out of context. It's so funny. So now I'm watching these movies and I'm like, okay, I'm not a middle-aged mom. This isn't necessarily for me, and that's not to say I can't enjoy something that's not made for my demographic, or that's not to say that just because something is not made for someone, they should be like absolutely quiet about it, because that's not what I'm saying, and I'm sure that's not what Brie was saying either. I say Brie like I know her. That's not what my girl Brie like. No. It's more like, okay, we can't just hear from people who are not in the demographic it was made for, you know? I was at the Olivia Rodrigo concert, right? With that concert, I don't want to hear what like the dads who came with their like 14-year-old daughters think about it. I want to hear what that 14-year-old girl thinks, because she's the one that this is for. Like, she's having fun. Obviously, there's levels to it, and it's very complex, and this can go on. This could be a long conversation. But I'd rather someone admit that something's just not for them than like, this is just trash. You know, like, this is terrible. There's certain things where it's like, it's not that it's bad, but it's just not for me, and that's okay. And this kind of goes back to the thing I was literally, like, I talked about this in, like, a video, like, a year ago or whatever, where it's just like, oh, in the internet age, everything has to be the best thing I've ever seen or the worst thing I've ever seen, like, da-ba-da-ba-da, you know? But, yeah, sometimes something's just not for you, and that's cool. Especially as someone who wants to go into this industry, I'm very interested in, even if this is not for me, there has to be a reason why this is resonating for so many people. And that doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't matter what it is, because that can be for, like, anything. I have some examples I can think about that I'm not going to say on camera, but if we've talked about this in real life, you know what I'm going to say. I just realized I could have my camera here too. I'm gonna switch between the cameras like I'm Blake Crawford. I'm gonna geek out a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about, like, there's a lot of YouTubers that I take inspiration from, or just YouTubers that are cool, right? one of those cool YouTubers is Blake Crawford. I've been watching his videos lately, and I think he's my age. I don't know. I think he's 20, but he's this YouTuber. Oh, it's like, that's so cool. Like, you're just like this black dude making like videos in your college dorm or whatever. You know, but I think he's so cool. Genuinely, if you want to collab someday, I'm sorry, bro. Is this what the kids will call glazing? No, but I think he's really cool. Honestly, a lot of YouTubers I'm about to list is like this kind of genre of just like almost these solo podcast things in a sense. By the way, I hope I'm going to be saying everyone's names right. If I don't, I'm really sorry. My posture, I gotta... Oh, wow. I feel like a lot of the ones I'm gonna list, it's like these kind of like solo podcasting type people, like where it's just like, they're just talking. Like me, I love talking. I've been wanting to say this for like a while. Like, I can't remember if I've ever mentioned this, but like Nathan Zed, which he's been in the game for a while, but Nathan Zed is like one of my favorite YouTubers. I think his editing style and the way that he talks about music and the way he talks about art with like movies and TV shows and music, like it's inspired me a lot. Literally, one of his videos he made about music, like changed the way that I listen to music. He was talking about this like music being tied to like memory and emotions and things like that. And he brought up this story about listening to Life of Pablo for the first time and like running on this field with his friends, like trying to like listen to it and hearing, if your metro don't trust you, I'm gonna do beautiful morning. Like he talked about hearing that for the first time, and he really played into the importance of the context that you listen to music. And that's really like changed the way I like think about music, because like sometimes I listen to a song and I'm like, this is great, this is cool, I'm just not feeling it right now because I should be listening to this in the club. You know, like the context that I listen to this with is going to affect, you know, it's gonna affect it. Like there's some albums that you listen to, it's like, you know, it's good, like, you know, vibey Friday night, you know, you listen to it in your apartment, you listen to it while you making poisson or something, I don't know. But then there's other albums where it's like, you know, it's like she's shaking up in. It's fun to listen to it in your apartment. You can still do that, you know, you really gotta be in that mood. But then also like listening to that in a party, like listen to that in a party with other people, and the bass is booming and the lights are shining. Like it's different. It's different. Aisha Ray, I really like her videos. She's so funny. Her story and like her little like her vlogs and everything. Love them, love them, love them. Damon Dominique, he is great. I've been watching his stuff like very recently. I really like the stuff he talks about with traveling, and then also like just like life stuff and everything. Like I think it's so interesting. Also the aesthetics of his videos are so pretty as well, and like I love how he got that like 4:3 aspect ratio. You know, I think that's so dope. Ryan Ng, Nathan Zed, and Ryan Ng are like big inspos to like the way that I like make videos and the way that I like edit them. With Ryan Ng, he's definitely was inspired by Casey Neistat and like those sort of YouTubers, but I love the way his vlogs are so narrative, and they're like, he adds like this like little like filmmaker flair to them that I really, really love. And I think for me, it's just, I don't watch a lot of vlog content. I said it. I said it. Okay, whatever. I'm a hypocrite. But with his things, I'm like, damn, these don't even feel like vlogs. These feel like these are like these little elevated like micro documentaries, you know? Like they're like about just his life and him being this young creative and him like having these goals that he wants to chase and things like that. Like it's just so great. Tunerific Tariq, so cool. I feel like his humor is something I don't see a lot in like nerd spaces. It's like black dude on Twitter humor, but then he's like talking about like Ed, and Eddie and Daria. As Told by Kenya, another inspo. She's great. I've been watching her since like 2020, and just like the way she just be putting on that camera and just like talking, like it really feels like I'm on FaceTime with a friend, and like the way she just boom, boom, boom. She does not stutter. Like she just go yo pop, pop, like all one take. Crazy. Like she's crazy. Like she's so good. Amandab, I love her too. She took a long break and she just came back, and I was like, yeah, she's back. It's interesting how with music and some other mediums of art, like artists will be, they'll take things from different types of media. So like, let's say like, I mentioned Megan before. Megan, you know, she loves anime and things like that. MF Doom, and like taking like that info from like comic books and like things like that. People will take like splices or clips from like TV shows. Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here? What movies or like with film and stuff like that, there's like it's a lot of like young filmmakers kind of taking from other filmmakers and not looking to other pieces of media for I gotta really figure out what my definition of media is. Like, what does that mean for me, not just what it means for other people? In Nope, they had like the Akira slide and like, you know, taken from like anime or like something like that. I've just been thinking about it a lot, and I don't even know if it's fully true. But then I was talking about it with this guy who's in my class, and he was talking about like how it's like, oh, like, well, film as a medium is only like 100 years old. Like, it's still very, very new compared to obviously like traditional art has been around since humans existed, or like music and things like that. And I was like, that is true, but I've been thinking about that a lot. Recently I posted like on my Instagram some sketches that I like do in this, and I love stickers. I love stickers. I realized like when I was a kid, I'd always be like that like drawing kid. You know, like I was like the kid who's always drawing in class, and I got in trouble for it one time. Man, that teacher was on me like, relax, girl. Like she had to relax. I was like that kid in school, and then like I get to college and like I start like getting older in high school and stuff like that, and I realized, oh wait, no one, like, people don't know me for that anymore. And that's so weird because that used to be such a big part of me. And it's like I still draw. I drew. Going into college, I drew less because like I'm not taking physical notes now. You know the thing where you're taking notes for like the first week of class, like you're really trying to be on your A game like first week of class, and then it's just like, wait, hold up. If I'm looking at like, yeah, whatever, it declines. That's the point. I posted that because I still do like drawing, and I still think it's so cool and fun and stuff. But you know, my goal. And this spring semester, a banger's gonna come. Trust and believe. And if a banger doesn't come, hey, a banger will be filmed and it'll be released. Like, I don't know, like fall semester or something. And my goal is I don't want to get too in my head about things. I'm already doing that, and I need someone to yank me out of my head. So I'm staying positive. Things are looking up. Things are going to look up. Things are looking up. I think that's all I gotta say. Maybe I'll switch up the editing style for this one. Maybe I'll start with like a little like title episode 1. It's not episode 1, it's episode like 9 or something. How many of these have I made? I don't know. That's all I got for you. I hope whenever this comes out, I hope you had an amazing spring break. I hope you're killing it in your classes. I hope you're doing amazing with whatever you are doing. And TTYL XOX. If that's it, it's a wrap.